Running your own business from home is the dream, am I right? No annoying boss telling you what to do, you get to stay home with your family, and you get to pick your own hours. Waking up at noon is early, Mom. Don't get me wrong, I haven't worked a day job since I was 18 years old, and it's absolutely amazing. But there's a ton I wish I'd known before I started a home business, and today I'm sharing it all. The good, the bad, and the weird. For those who are new here, my name is Starla, founder of the Handmade Alpha Academy for Etsy sellers and manager at erank.com, Etsy's most popular SEO tool. And if you've landed on this video, you're probably fed up with the 9-to-5 and you want to know what running a home business is actually like. To give you a little background, I worked in a preschool through my vocational high school and initially planned to go to college for early childhood education. But after 3 years of working in education, I realized just how underpaid this career field truly was. At age 18, I worked at McDonald's for a few months, absolutely hated it. Then I started working at a stinky Honda factory making manifold covers, which paid pretty well, but there was so much lifting involved that I was constantly in pain. Then I quit. My husband joined the military, I had a baby, and while we were stationed in California, I started the first of many businesses that I would run. And all of this happened within the span of just 2 years, mind you. Since then, I've been running businesses from home full time and have had just about every experience imaginable, both as a business owner myself, as well as a business coach for over 1,000 students. So now that you know a bit about me, let's get into it. If you're totally new to business and you're thinking of starting one that you can run from home, you need to be prepared to hit the books. Literally. You may notice that when I shared my background, I didn't mention anything about college. Because I never went. But that doesn't mean that I sat around twiddling my thumbs. Instead, I spent thousands of hours reading business books, learning about human behavioral science, and mastering tons of necessary skills that would teach me how to further my business, like video editing, which is why my videos look so nice. So whatever it is that you want to do, expect to spend an insane amount of time learning. Even if you plan to sell a physical product that you're already good at making, that item isn't going to sell itself. You have to find a target audience for it. You have to learn how to market it, and you have to be consistent. When it comes to selling items or services online, the creation of the item or completion of the service will very likely be the smallest part of your business. The next thing you'll need to be prepared for is time. I never realized when I started my first business that I'd spend way more hours a day working on that business than I ever would working a day job. So if you're planning to start a business because you believe it'll free up your schedule, unfortunately, that probably won't be the case. Most business owners start out money poor and time rich, with the goal of someday becoming money rich and time poor. This basically means that if you don't have a bunch of money sitting around to invest into your business at the beginning, you'll be putting in a lot more sweat equity starting out. Then, as that business begins to finally lift off the ground, you'll have the ability to invest some of your profit back into your business to pay for the things that you no longer have time to do. Which brings me to investment. And I don't mean putting money into Dogecoin. Stop telling everyone to buy your crypto, Amy. The meme is dead. Investment in business means putting money back into your business in whatever way that will help you to make more money later on. For example, when I made jewelry, one of my very first investments was a paper cutter. I spent tons of time cutting my packaging by hand when I first started. So by investing in a paper cutter, I was able to save several hours out of my week. There are tons of positive investments that you can make for your business. Tools, supplies, software, books, and online courses are all ways that can help you to generate more profit in the long run. Oh, and speaking of investments, all of the things that I just mentioned are likely tax deductible, so be sure to check with your accountant. Which is actually my next point. If you're going to run a business, be prepared to pay your taxes, even if you're not making much money. In my first year of business, I had no idea that I'd need to pay taxes because I was 19 and dumb, and I ended up owing $8,000 to the IRS, which at the time was a lot of money for me. So if you're planning to start a business, expect to pay taxes, but don't stress about it too much. Here are the top 3 tips that can help you to make it through your first year. First, expect to save 30% of every sale for taxes. Yes, that sounds like a lot of money, but whether you're paying your taxes quarterly or just making one big payment at the end of the year, 30% should cover your taxes. And if you overpay or end up having more than you need, you'll have a little pillow of bonus money that you can just keep. Second, save every receipt. Did you buy paper clips for your business? A new laptop? Some pens, tools, books, software? No matter how big or small, keep those receipts so you can write off these expenses at the end of the year and save money. And third, don't do your own taxes. Look, unless you're an experienced accountant already, doing your taxes as a business owner is a lot more complicated than doing your personal taxes. And TurboTax isn't going to cut it anymore. Tax laws change every year, and an accountant who is experienced in business taxes is going to know when these changes occur so that they can help you save money. I personally use Block Advisors, not to be confused with H&R Block. Block Advisors have more experience working with small businesses, and if for any reason you're audited, they will take care of all of that stress for you. I'm not sponsored, but I totally would accept that sponsorship because my accountant has saved me thousands of dollars over the last 6 years. The last thing I wish I'd known is something that I've struggled with over the last 10 years of running businesses. And it's something that I don't think I truly started fixing until last year. When it comes to running your own business, you don't have the ability to clock out. Any time can be work time, and there's always something to be done, which can make it feel like you're never done and that you're not allowed to have downtime. At a day job, you have designated days off. You have lists of things to accomplish and check off your list, and you usually know exactly what you need to be doing. With business ownership, every door you open leads to 10 more doors. The more you learn, the more you realize that you don't know, and the more stress this can make you. In my first few years of business, I'll admit, I was unpleasant. My to-do list was never complete, and I would work until I literally became so overwhelmed that I'd crash. Then I'd lay on the couch, totally burned out, while feeling guilty for not working. Look, I know waiting for success can be hard. No one likes to play the long game when it comes to money. And when you see a ton of successful businesses online, it can feel like you're failing by not quickly rising to their level. But it took me 5 years of constant work before my first business became sustainable. So if you're starting a business because you need money tomorrow, this probably isn't going to be for you. And if you're only starting a business for the purpose of making as much money as possible, this probably isn't for you either. When I speak at schools and events, I always end my presentation with this quote: "Success is not a destination. Success is a lifelong journey. Learn to love the process." Which basically means that you will never feel like you've reached success. You'll always want more. So if you're only ever looking at the next rung on the ladder, you'll find yourself missing out on the magic of the scenery along the way. In order to be a successful business owner, you have to love what you do, through the good and the bad, because you'll likely fail a whole lot during the way, and that's a good thing. Failure is one of the best ways to learn. So learn a lot, take your time, don't put a time limit on your success, and above all, be sure to love the process. And as for the learning part, if you're interested in starting a business, I have tons of step-by-step tutorials on my channel for Etsy, social media marketing, print on demand, and more. So be sure to subscribe if you like my format and check out all of the free PDFs and resources that I've linked down below this video to help you out. Overall, success in business means investing a lot of time and hard work in order to get that business off the ground. But with a little science, a lot of data, and some help from a trusted expert, you'll be well on your way to business success. Cue the funky lo-fi beat.